mind, anybody have any questions, any concerns? And does anybody feel like giving us a summary of what happened last session?
Um, we some members of the party got to go to meet Brisket, which was a spiritual experience for them. Um, I got to speak with members of Force Grey, which the results of which severely disheartened Corsonus. Um, uh, I believe Exidia, what were you up to for that part? What were you doing?
I was I was I was drinking
That's what it
to
was.
help.
I was like, there was a
Uh,
skill being polished, but I couldn't remember what
uh-huh.
it was. Barkeeping. Um, uh, a valiant effort from Kaz and Exidia um to further our reputation as actually a tavern. Um, and and we just kind of burnt through some time while we waited to get to Kolat's Towers for the fight, where we met Istrid, a member of Zentarum, who made it known to us that Kaz's brother Jax owes them 8,000 gold pieces, and will continue to die on their behalf in the pit until such time as he has fully paid off his debts, which they have structured to basically be never. Um, and we're in the pit now, trying to fight a freaky thing um, that most of us can like kind of visually recognize as possibly being connected to Exidia, but we certainly have no scientific explanation.
That sounds about right to me. Give yourself an inspiration. Which actually reminds me, for those of you for whom I have been threatening to change the inspiration system in this game once again, um, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it. I am saying that I'm not going to do it right now. But also, y'all know me. That doesn't mean like in an hour I might be like, fuck it. Every time you roll a 7, you get an inspiration. Like, I don't know. So I'm going to do my best to exercise a little self control on that. I realize I'm yo yoing everybody around with that, but yeah,
It is really
let's
weird
just.
that you said that. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I had a dream the other night that you
Mhm.
made the rule a 7 is an automatic success on any roll, for some reason. I don't know. I forgot
Look,
about that, but yeah.
I mean, if that's not a cosmic reason to at least go with 7 equals inspiration for a second, I don't know what is. But no, like, we're just going to keep it as is until something happens and I get cranky about it, and then I'll change it on a dime. And like a session and a half later, I'll be like, sorry about that. We're just going to go back to whatever. But that's that.
I love you,
Here we
Adam.
are. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, because the alternative is this fucking guy. So I
It can
certainly
be two
prefer.
things.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have to be an either or situation, but as long as it's balanced with one, I'll take it.
Don't worry,
Um,
it's definitely more I love you, Adam.
okay, awesome. So here we are, where you were not 20 minutes ago, right? On the other side of these bars looking in, right? As Kaz's brother Jax uh, faced the terrible twins and did not fare very well. Um, and now you find yourselves uh, inside, having agreed to a fight for the evening. I believe it was it 100 gold apiece for participating in the fight? I think that's what it was.
I love that you don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
That sounds correct because I think the total
Yep.
did come out to the 500.
Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, if y'all want to roll some inspiration or roll some
I'd love an
initiative.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
Uh,
Oh, fuck.
Oh, 7.
Hell yeah.
Well, you said roll it. I don't know what y'all want me to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Corsonas.
Who are we missing here? It looks like I need to put Kaz in. Do it this way. Easy for myself.
Tragic.
Yeah, that hurts.
Fun just piece of info.
Mhm.
If you right click on a token, there's a button
Mhm.
called add turn that you can use to just put
Oh,
them
yeah,
in the
look at
turn
that.
order and then
Fantastic.
edit it. But this works too.
Right. And this way I get to taunt people with
Yeah.
an additional
Crits
initiative
they don't
roll.
get.
Right. All right. So the crate has just been opened, and this sort of blackish purple goo with these sort of chunky rocky bits that, you know, are this sort of some translucent purple, and there's some like dark greens in there, just sort of tumbles out and hits the ground with a wet sort of slap. And the workers who've popped this crate open run back through the gate over here, and you hear from above and sort of around, right, the voice of Istrid just saying, "All right, everybody, here we go." And with that, this thing is loose and we are moving. Corsonis, what would you like to do?
I will stomp the ground, kick up a bunch of rocks, and pelt them right at this thing. I am just doing a 2nd level magic missile
Alrighty.
somewhere. That's 40 for plus 4.
It's
Backing away.
noise.
That's
All right. Fantastic. Piety.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna. Ooh. I'm gonna think about things. Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. To no one's surprise.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
Dink!
All right.
And
Fantastic.
then walk the fuck away. And just kind of look at Xenia like, well, this is all you. There.
All right. With that, this thing, it sort of looks, the way it ambulates, it sort of looks like it's rolling over itself, right? As opposed to like slurping along the ground or inching along the ground like an inchworm. It looks like the back end of it sort of tumbles over the front as it moves up to here. Right. And all of you can see it, but particularly Kaz and Nim, you can see as it's tumbling. It looks like it looks almost like you've put dirt and rocks like in a washing machine, in like a front loading washing machine as it sort of tumbles around. And these things are just sort of spinning around at, not quite that fast, right? But you see all sorts of chunky debris as it sort of ambles up on you. And these sort of tendrils will reach out. The first one aims for Nim, and the second one aims for Kaz. Nim, that's a 22.
Oh,
And Kaz, that's a 15.
That hits me too.
Okay. Nim, that's 8 points of damage. And Kaz, that's also 8 points of damage. And let's actually advance that. All right. Having just been slapped by this thing, Nim, it is your turn to react.
Killer. First, I am going to offer a little nudge of the shoulder to Kaz, little wiggled eyebrow, and give them bardic inspiration. And then the second thing is I'm gonna make this thing explode. I am gonna cast Shatter at about like this-ish point, which is just a fucking kick-ass guitar riff naturally.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Cool. And I forgot that's what I wanted to do next round, so that's okay. I will stay here. That's my turn.
All right, let me. All right. Exidia, go for it.
Okay. I am going to use my Defile Ground.
Mm-hmm.
This is roughly, it's a 10-foot radius. I don't know if I've got it exact, but I'm just going to center it right there on the guy.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and throw that out there.
Mhm.
Lasts for a minute. Difficult terrain for creatures that are hostile. When a creature in the area takes damage from an attack or spell for the first time on a turn, takes an extra necrotic damage.
Okay.
Doesn't affect flying creatures. Yeah. So got that up, and then I'm going to. That takes my bonus action to do that.
Mhm.
So I can't cast this spell right now. So I will cast. I will cast Ice Knife. No, I won't. That's not good. I will cast. I don't want to do a concentration spell because I'm doing something else. I will not cast Ice Knife because I don't want to hurt anybody, but I'm going to run up here and I'm going to cast Primal Savagery. 13 to hit. As the
13
crystals
does.
grow along the staff.
Yeah. The as the crystals grow along the staff and you sort of swipe out, just chunks of crystal from within this amorphous blob, like it sort of sweeps across, and you make contact with something just very solid, and it doesn't penetrate and doesn't do any damage.
All right. Well, that will be it for my turn.
Okay.
Doo-doo.
Kaz.
I'm actually going to move the Defile. I want to set the Defile ground to where Nim and Cass are not in it.
Gotcha.
Much appreciated.
Kaz, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna look at them, worried, and then I'm going to. Shit. Damn, I got a couple out. Okay. What a bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run to like the top right corner of the map.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Go for
That
it.
makes sense. Okay. Shit.
Yeah. That is a hit. It sinks into a soft spot. It seems to do a little damage.
So
As
an
it-
extra 3 necrotic damage to it.
Okay. So as that, Kaz, as your knife sinks in and does a little damage, you and Exidia, well, actually, you, Nim, and Exidia can easily tell because you're all right up against it, right? It seems to be collecting some of this debris that is creating the defiled ground and attempting to stitch its wound back together.
Oh, okay. That's the end of my turn. I'm gonna take that into consideration.
Okay. And you said you've disengaged and backed up.
Yeah.
All right. I will back you away 5, 10, 15, like 20 feet into the corner. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Corsonis.
I'm muted. Aren't you a rogue, Kaz?
Oh yeah. Oh, did I get sneak attack or something?
Yeah, you had allies adjacent to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So that's
Should go
2d6 at this level?
Mhm.
Roll it. 5.
Fantastic. All right, so we've been through a round, and this thing is taking a couple shots at Nim and Kaz, but everybody's got some pretty good shots in, and or laid the groundwork to try and keep this thing under control. So currently, you're hearing lots of cheers from around, and the match is looking pretty even. Corsonis, what do you have on tap?
Will do pretty much the same thing, but I'm just casting it first level. I don't actually
Fantastic.
have a whole lot in the way of attack. All right, if I hit the button, I have to do it.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good, though.
As a bonus action, I will tug like I'm tugging on a rope and try to pull Nim back 5 feet. I don't think you want to be there.
I'm AFK, but I will let myself get pulled if I can.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just move you back.
Thank you.
Great. And what, Corsonis, remind us what your magic missiles look like?
Every time it involves basically kicking debris up into the air and then launching it forward.
Fantastic. And similar to the damage done by Kaz, these things find soft spots and sink in, and appear to be doing a decent amount of damage. And it looks like it is trying to grab these pieces of this defiled ground around it to mitigate some of that damage. Piety.
I'm actually gonna move if you.
Yeah, go for it.
Move to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it again because I like doing that.
Eldritch Blade.
Bink!
Yeah.
Bink! See, that one
Holy
dinked
moly.
good.
Yeah.
That one was a good dink. Solid. And
All right.
y'all stay put. That's all I got.
Fantastic. That's a couple real good rounds of damage. It is getting pelted from afar, and it is trying its best to repair or mitigate some of this damage that's been done by scooping up these bits around it that look like they have a similar consistency, but it's not having, it's not remotely making up for the amount of damage that is being done. On its turn, it's going to roll up just a touch as it seems a bit attracted by Nim trying to get away, right? And it will take 2 shots, this time one at Nim and one at Exidia. That's a 10 for Nim, which I assume will not hit, and a 12 for Exidia.
That also doesn't hit.
All right. And that is its turn. Nim, you're up.
Okay. From where I am, I intend to set up a square. I will. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'll whistle along with my guitar playing, and I am planning on casting Fairy Fire on
Okay.
this guy, which is what I wanted to do last round and forgot about.
Fantastic.
Dex save, DC 14.
Okay. What you see is as you cast this, what's it look like when you cast Fairy Fire?
Kind of like the motes of inspiration. I don't think we've ever gotten to that yet because it's not really come up yet. But they are just like very much similar to like the dancing lights, and very much similar to like the lights that we have at home. These like fragments of the motes themselves are like pieces of iridescent lights of many colors that kind of bob and swirl and leave these like colorful trails, and then the Fairy Fire is like a band of this light that is trying to like circle and weave around the body. But if he succeeds,
Fantastic.
then like the ribbon of light is chased away.
Right. Well, and so what you see are this ribbon of light sort of wrapping around this thing, and these dancing motes that are a little bit more illuminated, sort of encircling around this ribbon, right? And as it happens, as it is cast, this thing, it sort of bulges out a little bit, almost like if you've ever cooked pudding on the stove and there's a little air bubble underneath it, it sort of expands a bit and starts to encompass some of these motes that illuminate it from the inside until it just swallows your fairy fire, and it has been consumed and failed.
And bead of light towards Exidia for another inspiration.
Okay, fantastic. So if I remember correctly, Kaz still has an inspiration, and now Exidia has an inspiration.
Correct. If you can, it'd be very helpful if people would put dots on their tokens. That way I know when I've gotten all of you, because I can only get all of you once. Oh, the stickers are different? Oh, cool.
Okay. Exidia.
Oh, all right. I guess defiling the ground was probably not the right move here. Okay, I can't do anything about that. I will put away. No. Oh, yeah. So I take my staff in one hand and like hold it out to the side, and flames start to crawl up the length of it.
Ooh.
And I'm casting the spell Flame Blade.
Okay.
Which, man, that's not set up. Is it set up over here? It is not. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Bonus action, a blade of fire extends, kind of looks a little bit like a halberd, but still light enough to use with one hand. And then I will swing. And I will just. I'll set it up in my off round, but so for my action, I will attack. Crit. So that's 66 fire damage.
Do you want to use your mode of inspiration?
I can do that to add the to the damage.
So you can use the bardic inspiration in the traditional way, which I think would actually double the die. But you can also use the attack roll feature, which forces the con save for thunder damage. But you might do better to just roll the extra d6.
Yeah, because if I roll the extra d6, then I get to roll 2d6 instead of just dealing like whatever gets rolled thunder damage.
Yeah, let's see what this fiery halberd is going to do.
Okay, let's see. So it was, what was it? 3d6, 3d6, and then 2d6. 3.
Okay, numbies.
Wow.
Okay.
Total of 26 fire damage.
Right, and let's see the necrotic damage as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah, that's a lot of numbers.
30.
Unless necrotic damage is healing.
You hear a gasp of "ooh" from the crowd as your staff ignites into this fiery blade, right? And then an enormous cheer, right? As you shear like, a good chunk of this thing just clean off, right? And you can see tendrils sort of extending out, trying to reattach to this piece that you've cut off and trying to grasp at, some of the defiled ground and some of the piece that's been removed. But you have done a significant chunk of damage to this thing, and the crowd is ecstatic. Is there anything else for your turn?
That is it.
Okay. Kaz, what have you got for us?
I have a bow and an arrow.
Yeah.
It's cats go to aim and then they go to shoot, and hopefully I'm. Oh my god! Oh yeah, I do got short. I got scared for a second.
Yeah, this shot sails wide right.
And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to look at the piety, and I'm going to start mimicking how the cop sounded when he was giving orders to the troops. And he go look at piety and give her the help action. And
Okay,
he's basically
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anything else for you?
No, I'm just gonna like you know how Olympic bow shooters, like after they're done shot, they let the bow fall. That's exactly what Cass is gonna do.
Yeah, so you fire that shot and the bow just sort of lazily rotates around forward and sort of swings there like a pendulum a little bit.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, fantastic. So yeah, round 2, the crowd is going wild. It's been a pretty even match for the most part, except there has been one both very flashy and very damaging blow that has tilted this match in your favor. And there is a lot of screaming. There is a lot of cheering. There's just a ton of noise going on. You can hear some people that sound pretty pissed, but for the most part, there's just a lot of excitement. Corsonis, how are you leading off round 3?
Pretty much the same. No, actually, I am going to. Oh boy. My character sheet still put a cursor. I will move up here next to Piety.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nim, you got it. Hey, how's it going? Be right back. I will pull on Nim again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let that happen.
Okay, maybe keep the monster away from you, and I will move up, and I will mind spirit it.
All right.
It just needs to make an int save.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna. Holy, yeah. Similarly, it. You know, it seems to take some impact, although it's not like the magic missiles. It's not like there's things flying through the air on this, but you can tell that, you know, you've reached out to whatever passes for this thing's mind, right? But it's just too foreign and you can't find any purchase for your mind sliver. Piety, you're up.
Alrighty. I will pat Nim on the shoulder and scooch a couple over just for fun. And then
Peace.
and then we'll shoot. Let's see. Let me read this. I should have done that before. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna guiding bolt the thingy.
Yeah.
Dink. Perfect. Oh wait, I have help ?
You do?
Yeah.
Would that
Yeah.
apply here? Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Ooh, that works. does it?
Yeah. So the guiding bolt makes contact. Let's see the damage for that.
And this is second level because I only have the slots because I'm a fucking warlock. I know how to play characters, guys. Don't worry about it.
Oh
Oh,
my
boy.
god,
Is that good?
Katie.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
that
Heidi
is a
scooches over a little and
5
just
away
kind of
from maximum?
and she points her hand out and this like burst of golden light just smacks right into where Exidia just burned the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and
Dear
Um,
God.
the crowd is going berserk, right? And there are Kaz, you're probably the only one who can catch this because you've got the observant feat, right?
Yes.
You're probably the only person who catches this particular. Well, everyone can see. There's a couple like it looks like trash like falling through those tables that were above that are open so the people can look down, and there appears to be some trash falling through there. Kaz, you're the only one who can make out that a couple of those things are gambling tickets. Anything else, Piety?
Thank you, Kaz. That's it.
Yeah, this thing is fucked up and is not happy about it. It can't get to the being that most recently caused it significant damage, but it can try and hit this creature that has a little bit of a similar look to it, and very recently sliced a bit of it off with this big giant flame blade. So it is going to take 2 attacks at you, Exidia, and it reaches out with a 14
That
and
just
with
hits.
the 14 hits.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh boy. That is 13 points of damage. The next attack.
Bloody Firbolg.
Yeah. The next attack is a critical hit, which is
Okay.
18. I'm sorry, it's 14 points of damage.
That's an unconscious Firbolg.
Oh no!
Right. And your body disappears into this thing.
Freaking nice.
Oh no!
I will say, so Flame Blade lost concentration on that for sure. The Defiled
Okay.
Ground is still there. Like that does
Gotcha.
not go away until it
Right.
uses up its minute. So
Gotcha.
for better or for worse.
Right. So for those of you watching, it two, liquidy appendages, right, reach out. The first one sort of catches Exidia like at the knees and makes her buckle a little bit. And as she is falling, this other appendage catches her right under the chin and just knocks her out, right? And the 2 appendages just sort of fold over her collapsing body and pull her into the rest of this mass. You can, much like, I described earlier, the sort of debris that seems to be floating and undulating within the body of this thing. Every now and then, right, there's an opening and you can see part of Exidia's body, and then it just sort of closes up again. And that is its turn. Nim, what you got?
I can see Exidia occasionally, right?
Occasionally, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's say if you're going to cast a spell that requires sight, let's say you're going to do it at disadvantage.
I'm casting Healing Word on Exidia.
Okay. What let's do this. Make me
I can roll like a spell check.
You know what? Your charisma is your spell casting ability. Just make me a charisma check.
Yeah.
And we'll say the DC on it's 15. Oh yeah, you got it. Great.
Okay. All right.
Did I say 15? I meant 23.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm kind of like, having been moved by Corsonus, I'm kind of leaning with my back against his and tilting my head over his shoulder backwards, waiting till I can see her, and then throw, let's see, that's 6 points of healing
Great.
your way with another cool riff on the guitar as a full action, or as a bonus action. And then as a full action, I'm just kind of sway to the side a little bit, like with Corsonus, and kind of not like actually fully move you, but I'll just say, I'll remind you which of us is wearing armor, and then I'll just move up a little bit. That'll be my turn.
Fantastic.
And dodge. I don't think I said that. Dodge is my action.
Great. Fantastic. All right. Exidia. Oh no, that's their turn. Okay. Go for it. What are you doing?
From the inside of this beast,
Mhm.
I will spend my other second level slot and cast Flame Blade again.
Yeah, do it.
And then with the advantage granted by Guiding Bolt, I will try to slice my way out of this thing.
Yeah, let's see it. Okay. Obviously, no problem casting the flame blade, right? Wielding the flame blade while you are stuck in this thing proves to be a little bit difficult, right? But not so difficult that you can't inflict some damage with it. So let's see that damage roll.
8, and then
Fantastic.
the defile for whatever that does.
Okay. Yeah, there's a roar from the crowd, right? As they see what they now recognize as your flame blade slice out of this thing, right? However, you're still trapped inside.
Gotcha.
This thing is looking pretty bad, though. It's now, the core is still holding together, and it's obviously still strong enough to keep Exidia within its body, but the holes through which you can occasionally see parts of Exidia are getting a little larger, so you can see more and more of her. And now there are sort of bits at the periphery that are just falling off and are not being reassimilated into the larger creature. Kaz, you are up.
Cass is in the fucking zone right now. He sees everybody. I think we'll do the same shot again with the bow.
Okay.
19. I
Yeah,
don't know how this
fantastic.
bardic works again.
You can choose to add it to the damage, or you can use the mode of inspiration thing to make them roll a con save for thunder damage versus piercing damage.
I don't think you can add it to the damage of something that's not a magic attack.
Yeah, it has to be a magic spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
that's right.
That's too
That's right.
You
That
can do
got
damage
changed.
or healing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, you can force it to make a con save against thunder damage if you so choose.
I'm gonna use it for that.
All right,
Alright.
fantastic.
So
And
roll a
I also-
d6.
I also have sneak attack, right?
Yeah, because we've got a whole bunch of us are next to it.
7 extra damage to it.
Very
Well,
swag.
2d6 from sneak attack, and then one of those is thunder damage that it might take if it fails a con save, I think.
Okay. So clearly it takes that sneak attack damage, but does not seem affected by the thunder damage.
Good for me tonight. And I think I'm going to give the help action to the piety once again. I think that's it. I'm still got the same militaristic tone going on the whole time.
All right, fantastic. So yeah, at the top of this round, the tide has definitely turned in y'all's favor, and the crowd can clearly see that. However, right, there is some hope for those that bet against you, as one of your team members has apparently been swallowed by this thing, right? And you know, even with that being the case, right, it still seems as if your team is pretty easily going to take the day. The only question at this point seems to be whether or not you will lose one of your team members in the process. Corsonis.
I will. Since the Mind Sliver didn't seem to work too well, I will just use another. This will be my second first level slot for another magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Okay.
Can I see Exidia enough to try to telekinetically pull Exidia out of the creature?
Sure. Let's make a contested athletics check. How's that sound?
This is my mage hand feature, so
Okay.
like int check instead of
yeah,
athletics.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty gross. Like, you clearly grab hold and you are able to pull Exidia like an arm, and you see part of her face like come out of this thing before, and Exidia's just sucked right back in.
I will look at Nim and say, yes, I know you're in the armor, but only one of us can actually get someone else back up. So move. And that's it.
Such
Heidi,
a
what you got?
non-aggressive move.
Heidi will hear Kaz giving her some orders and just aye, Captain, and we'll do the same thing as last time and guiding bolt
Yeah,
it again.
let's see it.
Think. Ugh,
Okay.
I don't think thinked.
Yeah, no, this time the guiding bolt ricochets off of some particularly hard piece of debris that is in this thing that is actively falling apart at this point. But it careens off and makes impact sort of over here in the corner of the pan. Okay.
And bonus action, can I
Mhm.
see, is Exidia easier to see now? Like, can I
Oh
see
yeah,
her?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will use my
There's-
healing light and give you 2. Yeah, I'll give you. How bad are you looking? How gross? How
I'm
fucked
at
up?
a fourth of my hit points.
Ooh, I'll give you 3. You want 3? I'll give you 3 healing light dice. So you have 3 d6s. Do I roll this? I might
Yeah.
roll this.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Cool.
Not to be that person, but what does that look like?
Very glowy and golden, and just does not line up with anything that like Piety's wearing. It's very clear that all of her magic just like is not hers. It is borrowed. It is not like she's not controlling the flavor on these spells at all. And then plus my
yeah, so this
yeah.
it sort of starts as a very small, very soft golden glow within this thing that is clearly centered on Exidia, and the intensity picks up pretty quickly until it's real bright, and then it just shuts off in a flash, and you hear somebody behind you, Piety. It's just like, what the fuck was that? Okay. And now it's this thing's turn. First off, Exidia, I need you to make me a con check against being crushed. You are trying to beat a DC 14.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Okay. Whoops, that's not it. Let's see. I can just do that then. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Tragic.
Meanwhile, it will roll over here. I'm going to move you with it, Exidia. And Nim, that's an 18.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, for 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Uh-huh.
And Corsonis, that's a 14.
You said 13, right? Points.
13 points of bludgeoning damage, yes.
Sorry.
I will shield.
All right, fantastic. As you know, one pod, one pseudo appendage smashes Nim across his neck, and the debris that is in it sort of gashes it open. Another one slaps out at you, Corsonis, and your shield spell looks like what as it deflects it?
It is just an invisible barrier of force.
Great.
Most of
so
his
this
stuff
thing's
is...
yeah, this thing just slaps against this invisible barrier and actually peels back and does it a couple times. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Right. And then just sort of oozes down the side of it.
I will hold up both of my hands and gesture to Nim. Armor.
I actually was dodging. I just remembered.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So a 16.
That still hits. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Worth checking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There we are. And you are up, Nem.
Okay, and Exidia is still alive.
Unconscious again.
Oh, you're unconscious.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see that though.
Uh,
The flame blade went out. If that says it.
Yeah, well, that's probably your best indication.
okay.
You can probably get a pretty good look that Nim is unconscious without that, but that's the clearest indication that Nim is once again, or that Exidia is once again unconscious.
I will then once again healing word.
Fantastic.
And oh man. Ugh. Compulsion to do dumb shit that I just know ain't gonna cut it. Let's see. Yeah, that's dumb shit. I'm actually just gonna continue to wait. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just had a again very dumb thought. Okay. Adam.
Yes.
My impulse is to say that that this is not right. But
Mhm.
would using a racial feature to cast a spell still count as casting a spell in that I can't cast 2 spells in a turn?
That's a real good question. Let's take a look at how it's worded in your.
Would say yes because it is still casting a spell.
Yes, and I think that is correct. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Okay, then I will dodge again. That's my action.
Fantastic.
Actually, no, I'll take a step back with a disengage.
Okay.
Even
Gotcha.
though this thing can move.
Um,
I don't want. Oh fuck. Actually, if I go around this way, it'll still be a disengage. And I'll just move to right.
We need to pull it
Fuck.
out of the tainted ground.
Well, yeah. I'm just trying to think of like which direction do I go that it is going to lead, which puts other people. But I think this way is probably the best way. That way, it doesn't come after piety immediately as well. Okay, that's
Thank you.
because I'm between it and Kaz, so this spot's good. That's my turn. Sorry that took so long.
Yeah, no worries. That's great. Exidia, you're back up with 5 hit points.
All right. I am gonna just try to blast my way out of this thing
Yeah.
with a thunder wave.
All right. Let's see it. All right. You've already seen something like this already, right? Where you cast Thunderwave and this thing expands rapidly, right? But then sort of shrinks right back down to size without any real additional ill effect. I mean, it's in real bad shape as it is, but unfortunately, this does nothing more to it.
Doesn't take even the half damage.
Oh, it's half damage on a. Yeah, roll that damage then.
It was half a 12.
Oh, half a 12? Oh, boy.
And it doesn't get pushed away from me, sadly.
Right. Roll the necrotic damage for me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So as I described, this thing expands rapidly and debris flies off of it, and it looks like it's going to just completely come apart, right? And you've even got a moment, it seems, where you might be able to roll out from this thing, right? But enough of it sort of comes back together and coalesces around you that you are still stuck in place. But at this point, it's looking real bad. It's almost looking more like a net around you than a solid creature anymore at this point.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else for you?
That is it.
Fantastic. Kaz. What you got
As-
for us?
Cass is going to call the shot and look at Piety and say, "Go get him when he's done." And that's gonna be the help action just in case he doesn't die. But I'm gonna shoot him with the short bow one last time.
Yeah, let's see it.
Please don't miss. 14.
What would have been a dead-on shot when this thing was more healthy and more solid, right? It just passes right through what is now a void in its body and doesn't do any damage.
All I said was go get him. That's all I got.
Okay.
But then you probably need help action with that.
Fantastic. Look, the crowd's going nuts. They know what the end result is going to be at this point. People are super fucking excited. There's a more consistent rain of debris from above at this point, which consists of a lot of losing tickets from those people that bet against you. It's the feeling in the crowd at this point is that it's a foregone conclusion and that it would take something really strange to happen to turn the tide at this point. But as Yogi Berra once said, it's not over till it's over. So Corsonis, what have you got for us?
I only have a couple spell slots left, so I am going to. Corsonis will plant himself. He's not. Well, no, he does need to back up, but not until after the last magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Okay. For shits and giggles, roll that necrotic damage, but I think the question at hand is, Corsonis, what does it look like when your magic missiles end this thing and free Exidia?
It is just picking up bits of debris from the ground after bits of debris from the ground and just shredding this thing. Eventually, he just starts picking up bits of it and throwing them against the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say it's even worse in this circumstance because a lot of the debris now in this room used to be part of this thing's body. And so you are just chucking these, purple crystals with sort of green veins of something, just back into it and ripping it apart. And as you do, and it ceases to coalesce and ceases to be able to hold itself together, Exidia just sort of spills out and is able to scramble clear of what is now just goo and debris and pick herself up. And there's a huge cheer from the crowd as you hear Istrid announce would you look at that? The rescuers of Rhaenyra, the newest heroes of Waterdeep, grace us in the fighting pit with their clear prowess. I thought it would be more difficult than that, but we thank them for entertaining us. We thank them for the service to the city. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll grace the pit again sometime soon, and maybe we can find something a little more challenging for them. Let's hear it
Exidia.
for.
Oops, sorry.
Let's
go
hear
ahead.
it for the rescuers of Rhaenyra, and the crowd erupts again. Yeah.
Exidia is like stand up and is just got like this gunk, dripping off.
Mhm.
And she starts just yelling and whooping, and she goes over and like picks up Piety and throws her on her shoulder and just starts like, cheering and running around.
Oh, holy shit.
Piety, how do you react to that?
We'll be very surprised, but yeah, she's letting her. Piety's weak. Piety's like, damn, what the fuck?
Kaz,
I will also
Corsonis?
give I'll use my last little Healy dice and give her the last one of those while she's running me around. Hey!
it.
All right.
Love it. Kaz,
think-
Nim, Corsonis, any reactions to your victory? Your initial reactions to your victory?
Kaz is gonna grab one of the losing tickets and look at the crowd and curse.
So you're just straight up picking up a ticket from someone who bet against you, and you're now chastising just random crowd members that anyone would bet against you? Got it.
Yep.
Love it. Right. So, like, as you obviously you can't really taunt the people above, so you move over to these gates where you were standing earlier. You were standing just on the other side of these, instructing your brother, and you're holding this ticket up and you're sort of waving it at no one in particular because you don't know who bet for or against you, right? But you're just giving random people the business. Never bet against us. What are you thinking, right? And a good portion of the crowd sort of rallies behind you and starts like taunting people who clearly did bet against you until they're sort of shamed and they head for the stairs to like walk upstairs just to get out of what has become an oddly hostile environment for them.
So it's like the WWE villain looking at people. Yeah, you. Okay, that's it.
All right. With that, I'm gonna move you guys around a little bit.
Hand of God.
Ooh.
An individual comes down. Where is this? There we go. An individual comes down, leads you out through this south gate, right into, whoops. Into this smaller tower where you walk up a spiral staircase. Not one, but 2 flights where you can access the bridge that takes you over to the larger tower again. And then you walk down a flight of stairs. Whoops. And you are back on the main floor of the Colot Towers. Let me get rid of the extras here. And as you're coming up the stairs, there's lots of claps on the back. Somebody, random people are just like handing you drinks. And Istrid is standing behind the bar, just sort of eyeing you, and gives you a little wave to come over.
Well, I'm gonna go over.
Is everybody heading over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. I'll just put you generally over there. So yeah, Istrid puts a decent sized leather bag on the bar. Says, well, you guys earned it. Well done. I got to admit, I was sort of hoping I'd to see that thing eat a couple more of you, but it looks like you guys know how to handle yourselves. You two. And he points at Nim, you, and Exidia, you. You two all right?
Oh hell yeah, we're doing great.
So fucking pumped.
I'm glad you're running on adrenaline, but I am not wonderful.
Well, don't say I never did anything for you. And he waves over human man, probably about 5'5", 5'6", little stocky, a little scruffy, right? And just gestures at you. And let me. You get 13 HP as this
Holy
guy,
shit.
yeah, casts some spells, administers some shit. So, what's next for you guys?
Well, that's a very good question because I believe we were intending on taking, I believe we said the champion back to our tavern. I look at everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First one is just nods.
Wait, taking what champion back to your tavern?
I look at Cass.
You know, my brother, give him a day off, come on down to our little establishment.
Oh, no, he'll be there for the party.
Okay, so I see we're on the same page here. So, like, do I have to go get them or just
Apparently you're confused as to how this
Oh.
works. You see, he was in prison.
Oh,
We bought the debt. Until he pays it back, he stays with us. Goes where we tell him to go.
okay. You see, Kaz is confused. Is wondering, is this legal? Is this legal? Uh, okay.
Well, I mean, that's the contract he signed. He was
Oh,
free to
that's
stay
the-
in prison.
That was the contract. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, he was absolutely free to stay in prison. We can't do this unilaterally. He had to agree to it. But I mean, prison's a rough place. Even debtor's prison's a rough place. You don't have friends there, it can be even rougher. And I mean, someone with a reputation as a fighter, well, they're going to have to fight a lot. So it makes sense. We offered him a better way. Comes here, fights every 10 day or so, sometimes every other 10 day. And yeah, he's going to have to get better if he thinks he's going to make back that 8 grand he owes us just in the fights. But rumor has it, he's got a relative that's got a line on a lot of money.
Oh. No, I don't. I'm not exactly sure about that.
Oh, well, that's too bad. But look, you can come see him whenever we're open.
Okay.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, not for me.
Should I be looking for another fight to sign you all up for?
Well, maybe we could. Maybe we could. I just wonder if we could maybe do another fight for you in exchange for taking Jax out for the evening. We'll bring him back before dawn.
So you mean that's what you get if you win?
I'm saying we come back here to fight for you again because we won tonight.
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. We made decent money off of y'all, but you're not so big a draw that just having you come back is some great courtesy to me. I mean, well, I would like to see you in the pit again, though. Not nearly enough damage done this time for my satisfaction. I'll keep an eye out if I find a worthy opponent. I'll let y'all know. Who knows? Maybe I'll find somebody by your grand opening. I'll be able to tell you then.
Well, you don't have a whole lot of time. And I'll just smile and begin like pulling my hair back. We sort of have a full schedule, as it were.
Well, then I better get to it. He pushes the leather sack towards you. Is 50 platinum in there?
Hey, I was wondering where'd y'all find that thing that we just fought?
Istrid sort of grins. Says, "Yeah, I thought you might like that. You
I mean, I like killing it, that's for sure.
you might want to talk to your friends over at the Yawning Portal."
Oh, you mean like the bartender? Yeah, we're real close.
Whatever you say, Chief.
I'd check the platinum to see if it's real platinum.
Yeah, sure. Just out of curiosity, what skill are you going to use? Would you use to determine whether or not this is real?
I feel like investigation would be.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to roll for it. Like, it's real, right? I'm just curious what the Kaz process is like to discern this. Like, are you biting it like in an old Bugs Bunny cartoon?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I was genuinely going to say that.
Right, and you just know how hard or soft platinum coin is, so your teeth sink in the absolute appropriate amount, whatever that is for platinum, whether it's none or all the way. Like, I don't know, right? But Kaz knows, right? And so
We just have a platinum piece with a bite taken out of
it. Right.
We're going to split it up.
Right. You chomp into one of these things and hold it up and nod like, "Oh yeah, it's good." Right. And Ishard looks at you like you're crazy. Right. But whatever. I thought it was your brother who took all the blows to the head, but I see it runs in the family. That's all right.
Did it the Maris way.
So the big grand opening is in 3 days, right?
Right. 3 days.
Potty looks at literally Exidia looks at literally anyone else.
Well,
I have to check my notes, but I could have sworn it was like right after this. Let me look.
I think it's like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, my notes just say just grand opening just after that in reference to Fight Night. So really, we did not. Yeah.
Yeah, I had it written on my hand last time, but like
Awesome.
That was 2 weeks ago.
that would be the most impressive note taking ever, right?
I get it tattooed on every inch of my body over time.
Memento style.
Yeah.
Oh, they got all of Icewind on their side. You probably know that.
Well, Jackson, I'll see you there then. I better start reaching out to my contacts to see what we can find. And Xidia, talk to your bartender friend from the Yawning Portal. I'm sure they know everything about our friend that y'all dispatched earlier this evening. So what are you guys doing now? You hanging around drinking a bit? You heading out? What's the plan?
I want to get the fuck out of here. This place sucks.
Okay. Awesome.
Like as soon as Istrid is out of earshot, I'm like, let's blow this fucking place.
Oh yeah, fuck on.
Fantastic. Okay, so y'all head back to. Let me just put you back in your place. Let's see. Oh, that's a happy accident. Can't believe I did something right for a change. That's stunning. All right. Yeah, so back at your crib. Anything you'd like to do? Any conversations you want to have? Anything you want to do to
Yes.
unwind or compare notes or all right, hit me.
I have to read the thing real quick.
Mhm.
But I am going to use dumb feature.
I love it. While you're talking about this dumb feature,
Uh-huh.
what's everybody doing? Who all's drinking now that you're back at the inn?
Absolutely.
Anybody drinking
Bye.
after
Oh yeah, for sure. Cass is.
Kaz, Piety,
Exidia.
Exidia?
Hey, Xidia, can you put me down now?
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah, for sure. Just kind of like grabs you by the
What
waist.
you got?
Damn, you're
You made it through the
kinda-
door pretty well, all things considered.
yeah, yeah.
Kate,
I mean, I was ready to
Katie,
get my head banged.
Katie, give yourself an inspiration for that. That was fantastic. The crowd here is super thin at this point. Kaz, you've been doing most of the bartending duties, but unless you sort of take over for the employee who is back here, Leaf is actually shakily floating drinks to you and Piety and Exidia.
I'm gonna help leave.
Okay, great.
Half the alcohol is on the floor. I got you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Shakily on the chalkboard, slowly scratched out in shaky handwriting. Just sorry.
It's cool. Leave.
Okay, nice.
I gotta get a part timer.
All right. Nim, I sort of cut you off there. What bizarre?
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, I do have Mage Hand. Okay. I was very busy coordinating stuff for tomorrow with Child. Can I
Yeah,
please
no
get a
worries.
remind who killed the monster?
That was
that was
Corsonis.
me. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. I am going to use this feature
Okay.
to create a gold painted trophy with the sculpture of and it's only like 4 inches tall. Like, this thing is not very big or impressive,
Mhm.
but it's gold painted, and it has like coming out of the cup of the trophy like the roaring head, or like approximation of the head of the goopy thing we just fought, and get down on my knee and like raise this above my head, lower my head, and offer it to Corsonis as the slayer of the beast. It will only last for 2 hours, but you have this now. And it's stupidly small.
I will set it on the mantle by the fireplace, or above the fireplace, rather, so that it is in view of everybody in the tavern.
Is that like right under the dartboard?
It is, yes.
Yes.
Well, we definitely won, but other than the financial compensation, I don't really feel like we accomplished much. We didn't help your brother at all, Kaz.
You know, we didn't free him. but I feel like we gained a lot of good knowledge. So
Right, like the exact count of how many coins he owes the Zentarim.
yeah, uh,
I use minor illusion to boom out the words 8,000 in the room.
I'm not really sure that's fair to Jax. He may not have known who they were when he was getting out of prison.
Oh, you're right. And knowing that he's alive and that he won't be dead, at least for long at any given time, is invaluable information.
yeah, like we know where he's at. We know how much he needs to get out of his situation. We know who he's working with. We found out a lot, actually. Right? You know, just it's a process. You can't get everything done in one night. So, Cass is saying this all while trying to make winner circles cocktails. Man, you know what they say. What knowing is half the battle. I should have actually learned the quote before I try to use it, but
Very, very ironic, actually.
that's besides the point.
All right, so we have one guild that is interested in getting us to acquire the stone to locate the Neverember stash. And then we have another guild that we could rightly, very kindly, appropriately use said treasure, should it ever be found, to free a companion of ours. I don't have more thought beyond that. Just sort of an observation that this thing is looming over us in a very direct way that I feel like most people of Waterdeep wouldn't ordinarily be expecting.
We are rather stuck between the Zentarum holding your brother and the Xanathar Guild on the other side, who I suspect will make similar ploys. They've basically threatened as much.
Anyone else have any family out here?
Spidey just stares at you.
Well, you know.
Those dead eyes.
What are we supposed to do there?
No, I have no idea. So
I mean, it's a long shot, but I really sort of think that the best we might be able to do is talk to Rainier. Again, I know he said he didn't know what they were talking about, but I mean, he's out a few days, couple of weeks or whatever. There's a chance he's had an opportunity to investigate. I don't know. I've never been to the estate. I don't know if it wields secret passages, as all manors are rumored to.
worth a conversation either way, since we can impress upon him how much saving his life has endangered everyone in this room, as well as anyone attached to us in this area. It may be enough if Rainier does know something to perhaps make him more willing to speak. And there's always, of course, if he is going to be here at the grand opening, there is always the conversation building effects of the alcohol that you serve.
Look like half an ounce of elderflower.
if we are to talk to Rainier about this sort of thing at our tavern, particularly at the grand opening, we should probably make sure we have at least a little bit of privacy somewhere we could talk about it, considering the incredible rainbow of individuals we've decided to invite.
Oh yes, I mean, this is our place. I'm sure we could find somewhere in our place to speak to him privately.
Well, Exidia, I am thoroughly impressed you did not die.
Well, I mean, I've got you and Piety to thank for that. So I certainly wasn't doing much to keep myself alive.
I mean, the fire shit was cool as hell, though.
Yeah,
It
I
was
wish
pretty
that
cool.
that lasted a little bit more, but still, good effort.
Oh, when is it win? So
Yeah, I mean, I only went down twice.
you got back up a third time. So look at you. I'm gonna start serving the drinks out to people if you want to try.
Fuck it.
Quick question for Nim.
Uh-huh.
Are you wearing that amulet that you won at the Sea Maidens Fair?
I don't like that question at all, but the answer is probably yes.
Okay, that little square of oak that reeks of whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you're drinking.
Uh-huh.
Can you roll 4d4 for me?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
There's no way. There's absolutely no fucking way.
You regain 13 hit points.
Oh shit.
If I put this fucking shower cap,
fucking rules.
Just gotta start bringing a flask with you into battle.
now if I
Watch
put
out,
on this,
world, I'm a college alcoholic.
if I put the shower cap on and I can breathe underwater, I will be pissed.
Your hair can breathe underwater.
All right. Anything else for the evening?
I'm just gonna roll a quick survival check. We'll see how good I made these drinks.
Okay.
Survival check, but it's our survival as
Yeah,
the people
like,
drinking it.
I mean, yeah, like these are quality drinks. You're getting the hang of it, right? And I mean, like, unfortunately, since you've chosen to roll a survival check, like, what we've essentially determined is you didn't come close to poisoning anybody. These are cocktails that you've made. Like, you didn't fuck up to the point that people have to like make life-saving Constitution saving throws, right? But yeah, they're cocktails. They're fine, right?
Whatever
People are enjoying them. Nim seems to be enjoying his cocktail more than most, but whatever.
Whatever you put in here, you should list as the special for every day, and don't ever do it a different way again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be fair to you. I really just eyed this shit together. Hopefully, I gotta. I'm gonna start pointing. I'm pretty good with memory.
Yeah,
Just
just
kinda
has
shake
no
my
idea
head.
what drinks he's saying.
Shake my head in disbelief. You are incredible.
This character put points into intelligence, by the way. That's like.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna spend my the light resting part of my rest that isn't trancing. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. Is writing music up
Oh,
in
awesome.
my tower.
Love it. It's a real Phantom of the Opera vibe coming from the like northwest tower of the fucking Trollskull Manor, but that's awesome. I dig it. Anybody else have any vibes they'd like to lay down for the evening? Or are we
I knock.
just calling it a night? What's that?
I will go knock on Corsonus's door at some point in the night and just loudly say, "Hey, do you want to watch me sleep?"
Fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Huh? What?
Do you...
Echo is already in there. He's supposed to wake me up. If
Oh, fuck, I didn't even see it. Wait, where is he? Tell me, because I'm gonna freak out.
Well, you usually sleep in the bathtub, so he's on the fireplace mantle in that room.
Oh my god, I didn't even see him. Oh my god, that would have scared
he
the
is
shit out of me.
Very tiny. He is very tiny. He's just a little,
Oh, he's
just a little bat.
All right,
But I
sorry.
mean, I'm up now, so.
Oh, I'm
sure.
no, it's... Oh, okay.
No.
I mean...
This way I can, in case you dream, I can link our
Cool.
minds and you can let me know.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Word.
Do you think you'll actually fall asleep? Because you said that's been an issue.
No, I do not. For sure not. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know
Have
shit ever.
Much in the way of magic left. Certainly nothing that could put you to sleep. That already failed once.
I don't know.
Nope, I've got nothing.
Yep. Well, I guess it's praying to whatever the hell again. It's not gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work, but I mean, can't hurt. Probably.
I was going to say we could try knocking you, but you don't breathe, do you? You said.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what were you gonna... Wait, what?
Well, I mean, you can put somebody unconscious by... Never mind, don't worry about that.
I
go.
welcome you to knock me out somehow. Like, that's fine. That's not... But yeah, I don't really, yeah, I don't know how we would really do that.
I mean... No, I have nothing either.
Damn. Well, shit.
Ash is gonna be trying to walk downstairs. So,
Okay.
when they're
on a
not
second.
when they're trans.
So Corsonus is following Piety as Piety goes back into the bathtub.
Yep. I will eventually fall asleep in the corner again.
Right.
I'm not giving it my long rest.
Gotcha. So you two are just staring at each other, right? Piety, right? Until Corsonus's eyes slowly start to close and blink open and still slowly start to close, and then they're closed a little longer and they blink open, and then they slowly close until nope, they're just closed. He's just sleeping in the corner. And you're just right, you're just there in the bathtub, and it's dead silent until you hear a little just from the corner. It's on the mantle. It's familiar. It's sitting there watching you.
Go, what the fuck? Respectfully.
Waves a little wing.
Cool.
And okay, so now while this is going on, you're just taking one step at a time, Kaz?
Yeah, this is a struggle. He said.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think by the time like I'm assuming this is gonna be like after the trance in the middle of the night or something like this.
hmm
Literally, it's good. Like it's gonna be like he went 5 steps down.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. So you go 5 steps down and then just 5 steps back up, and that's it.
When he goes back up, he does like the little skip steps thing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Love it. All right, let's get a little loose with time here for a second, and we'll give everybody say a day just in case. Is there anything people want to do before the big grand opening starts?
Exidia will ask if anyone wants to go with her to, like, talk to the people at the Yawning Portal, just to ask about the, sourcing of this monster.
Mm-hmm.
Tide is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guys are gonna stay at the haunt.
Okay. All right, so we've got the whole crew going minus Kaz. Great. Let's just for flavor's sake. Let's move this over here. Fantastic. Right. So you show up. It is, and we're talking like midday ish. Does that sound about the time you guys would go
Yeah.
over? All right. Cool beans.
Yeah, sleep in kind of late, not in a rush to get up, but goes over before like it gets into like evening or anything.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah. As you approach, it is Exidia, and you would know this, having spent a fair amount of time doing light work here. Nim, you'd probably have a pretty decent sense of this as well. It's sort of standard midday busy, like a lot of families. This isn't exactly like high adventurer time for In-N-Out, but it is very much like high theme restaurant for families times, and you recall this is like mid-afternoon. It's when you made some of your best money here, Exidia, doing tableside entertainment. As you enter, you do recognize Yesela is behind the bar on the first floor. You can speak with her or anyone else, or if you'd rather just have someone get Vernon's attention, you can see if he's available.
I'll head up to was it you said Jessica?
Yesela, yeah.
Yesla. I'll head up and hey, could I get let me get some of the Burlesque and Dark, and just kind of wait for a drink, and then so I look, okay, so would you know anything about a really creepy monster thing that was kind of corrupted a little bit, kind of like me, that was maybe used in a fighting ring recently, possibly, or know who I should talk to about that?
Yesela takes a deep breath reaches back for a bottle, pours some brown liquid out of it. Excuse me 1 second. Didn't want to sneeze into the microphone for everybody.
Bless you.
Thank you. Pours some brown liquid out into a small glass. Slams that right back. Pours out another one and looks at you and says, "Sweetie, I tend bar. Like, I don't know what information you think I might have or what life you think I might lead, but like excitement for me is dealing with drunks."
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's just so like this fighting ring that I mentioned, like we were in it,
wait,
and then
hold on. Okay, wait, slow down. You were in a fighting ring,
oh hell yeah,
but all of y'all were in a fighting ring.
it was a big ring.
And how'd you do?
Well, I mean, I was eaten by the thing, but you know, I'm all right. I came out.
Well, yeah, you look great.
But yeah, anyways, like we were down there, and then this big thing came out, and it was like, you know, uh, goopy and crystally and not cool. And when I asked those people about it, they said to ask you about it. Well, not you specifically, but like
Oh,
the
whew.
people here about it. And I asked, "Oh, you mean like the bartender?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, they'll know." And I thought that was weird, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I
couple
guess I
things.
could maybe talk to Derlin about it, but I just
Well,
wanted to talk to you first.
oh, well, that's sweet. Makes me feel good that you wanted to talk to me first. Next time, if there is a next time, I'd love an invitation to see you all fight in one of these fighting pits. I've been known to gamble a bit myself, and I've heard rumors of your heroism. I'd like to see those skills in action. As far
Okay,
as
yeah.
this creature that you're talking about, I don't know anything about that. Let me get Dernan. And she turns to uh, a dwarf next to her and just says, "Hold down the fort. I'll be right back." And she's gone for about 15 minutes. Anything y'all want to discuss in her absence? Going once?
Just
Going?
wide-eyed wonder at Exidia.
Yeah.
Exidia does like reach over the bar and grab that bottle and just starts chugging it. Put some gold on the table.
The dwarf makes a swift move to grab your hand until he sees the gold that you put down, and then relaxes a little bit and just sweeps the gold up and nods at you, and goes on with his business. And yeah, about 15 minutes go by, and Yesela comes back with Dernan, right? And Dernan's like, "Hey, man, understood you're asking about like creepy creatures."
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were over at. Hey, what was the name of the fighting pit place? It had a name, right? Nim. Chrysonis.
Yes, it was Kolat's Towers.
That one. We were there, and kind of spur of the moment, we decided to hop in the ring, and they raised the gate. Lo and behold, there was this shambling mass of gunk and rocks and crystalline stuff, and you know looked very familiar to me, and I was kind of curious, and asked them about it, and they said for me to ask you about it. See if I was just wondering, like, if you knew where that thing came from or how they got a hold of it.
Colot Towers, you say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They made it out like maybe you or someone here like procured it for them, possibly.
Well, I mean, look, I don't really know anything specifically about this creature you're talking about. Um, However, we have had some complaints recently that the passage down to Undermountain, we were starting to have some problems with it and starting to um, fall apart a little bit, and there was some creatures causing some interference. I had just written it off as quite frankly shitty adventurers trying to head down to Undermountain before their time and before they were ready. But we did have a crew, a pretty well outfitted crew from Colot Towers that had come back and said that they had experienced some problems, some degradation of the passageway and some cracks opening up, and that they'd encountered some impediments, and they said they'd be more than happy to take care of it for us. So I just gave them the green light, and next thing I know, about a 10-day or two later, they were dragging a couple giant crates out of there. I haven't had any complaints about the passageway ever since. Apparently, the cracks are still open, but no more impediments from any creatures, no more novice adventurers running back here having wet their pants.
Hmm. Well, I guess that's good. Okay,
You
well,
know,
thanks for the info. I
well,
mean,
now that you mention it, some of the descriptions, I'm surprised I didn't put it together before, but some of the descriptions, they do use language that I might use to describe some of the, well, uh, new appendages to your horns here.
yeah, that's kind of what I meant whenever I said I recognized it. I mean, um, back back home, I remember seeing something very similar around the time that this whole thing kind of started.
Hmm. You think it might have
Look,
something to do with the passage to Undermountain starting to fall apart a little bit?
to be honest, I mean, I haven't really tried to put a whole lot of thought into why or how it's happening.
Hmm.
I'll be honest again, I'm a little worried that it seems to be following me. So like if this is my fault, I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to if it is, and maybe I'll try to get to the bottom of it. And oh, I really thought I left this stuff behind me.
Right. Well, listen, you know, um, I was just going to hire some masons to get in there and try and repair some of the damage and seal up some of these recent openings in the passageways. But if you're telling me it might be part of something greater, I'd hate to do that only to have their work or other parts of the passageway fall apart 3 months down the line. I'd much rather solve the root problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if it's the same thing, which it seems kind of like it might be, there was like a rift kind of thing that had to be contained. I honestly don't know if it ever got fully closed or if it's just contained. But I mean, I might be able to convince some of my allies to maybe go and take a look, though it's not very easy to do anything for free.
All right, well, let me go over the books and see what I can scrape together. Probably won't be much, but even just to get another set of eyes on what's going on down there, be pretty helpful, I guess. Yeah, hopefully I should have something for you when I stop by tomorrow.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I'll try not to be too worried about it, but it is worrying.
I mean, look, you can be as worried or not worried as you choose to be about it. Where did you say you encountered this thing?
I don't really have a way to tell you exactly where it is, but back home with my clan.
Okay, right. I mean, I remember that story, but you said you ran into one recently?
Well, the one recently was the one in the fighting pit.
The fighting pit.
Yeah, with
Gotcha.
the guys that
Gotcha.
you said drug one out of the big crates.
Right.
They probably captured one from there.
Yeah, I didn't realize you fought one there.
Oh yeah, killed it dead. Well, actually, Kersona's here. Struck the blow. I just got eaten.
I don't think that's entirely fair.
You sort of did burn it with fire in an incredibly spectacular visual. It also has occurred to me that a couple of us have been cut by it. Should we be worried about infection growing inside of us?
I sure hope not.
Great.
Look. I mean, what happened to me came from being very up close and personally touched by this, void opening
I
portal
opened my
thing.
shirt to the gaping chest wound.
Look, yeah, but that's like a tertiary wound. Like, you got hit by a thing that came from the thing that is the thing. Like, I was straight up blasted by the rift itself.
What?
Look, I'll try.
Give
I'll
more
try
of an
to.
explanation.
I'll try to restore. Let's see if I can. Just to make sure, and I'll just cast a little lesser restoration.
Great.
Now, to be fair, I am putting a little bit more of it into you to do this, so hopefully that doesn't exacerbate anything.
I'm terrified of you.
Just some crystalline growths fill up this wound and push out anything that might be in it, and then all fall, and you're left with
I so desperately want to say that from your temples these crystalline growths burst forth, but yeah, nothing happens. Everything all right.
Oh my god.
Durnan just watches this exchange and is like, okay, I'm going to go back and look at the books and see if there's any money to perhaps encourage you to undertake a little exploration. But truth be told, I'm fairly certain that the most payoff will have to be that of satisfying your curiosity. But I'll do what I can, and like I said, I'll try and have that number for you when I show up tomorrow.
Sounds good. We'll see what our schedule looks like going forward and see what we can do.
Fantastic. Very well. Round of drinks.
I mean, I'll never say no.
Raise my fingers. I
Hell
don't
yeah.
button my shirt, but also it wasn't really buttoned in the first place.
Right. So the quote unquote unbuttoning of the shirt was really just lightly pulling the shirt open further.
It's like if only like one or two buttons at the bottom were done, he's just
Right.
like pulled it like open through the chest and then just
Right.
like dropped it to let it just
Love it.
hang even more
it.
open.
All right, fantastic. Durnan motions to Yesla, holds a finger up and sort of spins it around in a circle to indicate that he's picking up this round. And y'all are free to have a cocktail on Durnan. And actually, just going
Woohoo.
back, Exidia, just make sure you knock off a couple of gold for whatever you put on the bar that dwarf collected. Yeah, and the afternoon is yours.
Did we ever pass out the platinum?
Put it in the group
Everyone got-
inventory.
Okay. Cool. I just didn't know if I needed to mark any.
I documented mine.
And just have
But
everyone
we-
have 10 platinum.
Yeah, let's take a moment and make sure that we're just consistent with how we handle that, so that it's either in the group loot, right, or everyone has 10. Doesn't make a difference to me, but whatever you guys want to do with that.
I'll take it out of the group loot and we can do our own.
That's a good idea.
Hey, platinum boy.
Also, like we've got this spooky thing that we could investigate. I feel like Echo, and I think Nim would bring this up given the opportunity. Like Echo would be a huge asset in getting a little peek see, getting some eyes on whatever's going on in that fissure. If that's something we're interested in continuing to investigate.
Yeah, I mean,
Where is this fissure again?
in the entrance to the Undermountain.
I point to the hole in the in the yawning portal.
I was under the impression that went nowhere, that this was decorative. Barry lives down there with the... I must have missed something.
If I remember right, like this is still like the door to the Undermountain, but like the threshold is like the safe area that like the troll hangs out in. Yeah.
What has been explained is that this is in fact the institution, the Yawning Portal, right, is in fact does house a passage to Undermountain, right? Furthermore, this big pit in the center, right, isn't it?
Oh, that's
Right.
that's what it is. It's yes.
Right.
Okay.
This is dinner theater, right? So Corsonis is correct in his recollection that Barry just lives down there, right, and is actually a pretty chill guy, right? Just likes hanging out and being left alone. And the people at the Yawning Portal take pretty good care of him, in exchange, right, for the show that he puts on, and quite frankly, the theatrical flair. He comes up with most of the ideas for the shows. But further back in the back, right, under lock and key, where there are guards, right, and not just any idiot can just decide to leap into it, is the actual passage to the yawning portal, or is the actual passage from the yawning portal to Undermountain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested in exploring, but I'm down to wait until after our thing tomorrow, and maybe we'll get paid a little bit at least.
I think that's fine. Certainly, predominantly up to Corsonis if preliminary spying via his own familiar were to even occur. Just a thought I'd share.
Yes, I'm happy to assist however I can, however Echo can.
All right, fantastic. Sounds like you'll be kicking it here, at least for this round of drinks. Anything else before you're heading back before tomorrow?
As they're walking home, Heidi suddenly like stops where she's standing and goes, "Oh fuck! I gotta go see a man about a fish." And we'll
There's a public
rush off
restroom
somewhere.
just- Nope, I think they got it.
You can come with if you want.
I'll leave you to your privacy.
I'm getting my wall fish.
Okay, fantastic. So, you are able to acquire your wallfish just in time for the grand opening.
Just in time.
Thank God.
So that you will no longer have to vigorously protect that spot on the wall. It will finally, in fact, be occupied.
I was gonna say I can sleep at night now, but I literally cannot.
I move some of the lights in the area to like focus and highlight this fish very, very well.
Love it.
I mean, is that just not magnificent? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Just me. This is just me in real life.
Man,
I
whole body
imagine-
the number to the psyche of some of you.
Right. I imagine Piety is now into a very long explanation of the difference between a gar and a sturgeon.
Mhm.
Right. And
Absolutely.
right? And how
Absolutely.
this fish on the wall is in fact neither, right? But has features reminiscent of both.
Oh my God.
Also, Kaz, one thing you notice, right? On the chalkboard behind the bar in the lower left-hand corner is the number 5 with a smiley face next to it.
Number 5, smiley face. Okay, does this correlate to anything I know? Or is this
I don't know. What have you done 5 of recently that somebody might be happy about?
Oh, five good drinks. Oh, I got 5 good drinks. Is that it? No, 500 gold. Okay, this is a lot. There's a lot of 5s actually associated with me right now. Okay. 5 happy customers. That's it. I think that's good, right?
We don't
5 good
know.
drinks.
And you know what? Why don't you ponder that while we take a little break? And we will return for the grand opening.
Wow.
Excellent.
And see how that goes. And Max, to answer your question, none of these people are actually here. This is just here for vibes. This is the art
Yeah.
that they gave us.
Absolutely. I just like
right.
I'm just crazy about these details and being able to recognize some of these like the halflings eating cheese is fucking That's so fucking dumb. I'm obsessed.
Yes. Well, and like on the one hand, like it is very cute, right? And it's very fun. But in terms of being like a useful aid for the game, like I don't know, like maybe having fucking Xanathar hanging out here isn't super
Right.
helpful. Like
And all of his gang, every
Right.
member of the gang.
right.
Yeah.
Like and Matt Mercer sitting behind them. I mean, come on.
Just
Yeah.
looking at him.
Right.
Are you here?
But like I mean, even with all of that, it does give you pretty good vibes of what it would look like in here, you know. And
Oh, yeah.
I also thought, was it your comment? I can't remember who typed it, but whoever was like, "Oh yeah, we're headed to medieval times." Yeah, it's got those sorts of vibes. It's like, you know, medieval
Yeah.
times, Olive Garden, fucking right, Cracker Barrel nonsense. Right. Great.
Do all
Five
these numbers have
stairs.
like a key of what they're a reference to somewhere?
There is, let me see.
Just so many numbers.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this fucking key.
I think the highest number I see is 85.
I think we have a significant number of like the 7 sisters. We might even have all 7 of the sisters. And I'm crazy about some of these like really dumb little like again like cheese is so that is one of the dumbest fucking pieces of D&D lore that I was so happy I got to capitalize on at one point, and I'm happy to see it again.
What do you what lore? It's just cheese.
No, it is cheese with 5 E's.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
What?
Which it's a special kind of cheese that is a D&D drug that exclusively works on halflings, and when they eat it, it gets them drunk.
Wow.
That's why
It's
these 2 little halflings are wide-eyed and drooling.
yeah,
Where? Somebody ping it.
right here.
Oh.
Like it is so stupid, and I'm thrilled that they were like, you know what? I do remember that we wrote this at one point, so here it is again.
All right.
bring this back so we actually have the second half of this session recorded. All
Oh,
right.
thank God.
Yeah. How the fuck did I put you people? Roll 20.
We're still at Yawning Portal.
Yeah. Fucking.
We throw our grand opening after chat.
That would be pretty impressive, actually.
Power move.
I was about to say.
All right. So here we are. The time has finally come. You've been operating now for just under a 10-day, but it's really the patrons have just been people from Troll Skull Alley that, you know, you've either introduced yourselves to, right? Or were sort of wandering by. This is, and so individuals like Embrick and Avi have been here before. This is Rashal's first time, but you've met them. Let me. Right, but you also see many other people whom you have encountered. There's a fair number of people here who you haven't seen before, although they don't have particular tokens on this map. But among those you've seen before, over in the corner, Volo is holding court as Rainier and Floon sort of listen politely as Volo rambles on about whatever Volo has decided he'd like to ramble on about today. Mert, who you met recently, has decided to stop by. He is with a woman who you have not met, a blonde human with like a braid that starts sort of low and goes down to like the middle of her back. They're both dressed in very fine clothing, not to cast aspersions on your wonderful establishment, but they do stand out a little bit, given the finery that they are wearing. Not quite as much, however, right, as one Mr. Zardaz Zord, right, who is wearing his red bikini briefs with suspenders and fucking thigh-high, like, patent leather boots and just gorgeous, you know, jet black locks flowing out from underneath this enormous red hat. Just, you know, looks very relaxed, is sitting on a stool, but sitting with his back essentially to the bar so that he can look out amongst the entire establishment. Rashal from Bookworm's Treasure is sitting by herself at a table reading a book, even at this celebration. Embrick and Avi have found a table in the corner where they are engaged in conversation with each other, and to look at them, it would appear as if they were unaware that anyone else was even here. You also notice from Corlin's Crown, just across the way, is Fala Lafalier. They are actually here, apparently, with someone else you just met, the dwarf Istrid Horn. And sitting next to Istrid, although I don't have a token for him as of yet, we'll come up with one for next time. But Jax is here as well, and Jax is just sitting at the table next to him, sort of staring off into space. And it's a party. Drinks are flowing, food is flowing, your staff is working fairly well, although they're a little harried, this being the first real big evening of the place, but things seem to be holding up. And the evening is yours to do what you wish, or talk with whom you wish, or just hang out and see what happens. Anybody have anything they'd like to do?
I
Well,
am
yeah.
enthusiastically talking to abso-fucking-lutely everyone.
Fantastic.
But that would be incredibly annoying for everyone to endure. I think I do want to make like explicit intention to like get more details on contract work with Zardoz. But that's like, I think that would be the only thing that would be worth noting. Also trying to figure out who this woman that Mert has brought with him is.
Okay. What would you like to do first? I heard a couple things there.
I think I would talk to Mert first.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Nem, it's a wonderful establishment you've got here.
I'm deeply flattered, especially under the circumstances of our encounter. I'll give a little bow. And who is your lovely companion?
Oh, my apologies. This is my wife, Asper.
It's delightful to meet you. I'll give her a little kiss on the hand.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, hon. It's a pleasure to be here. Mert speaks very highly of you. Said you play a lovely instrument.
Oh, that is an entirely generous interpretation of what he witnessed. But thank you.
Well, will you be playing tonight, hon?
Oh, little this and that. Nothing that will catch me for copyright. If you understand. Little bit of.
She looks at Mert and is like, I don't think I do.
Sort of a terrible joke. A little bit probably later in the evening. Mostly in an attempt to regale some of the story of the rescue of the Lord Apparent Rainier. But nothing too special for the for legal reasons.
I think I understand even less now, but I trust your judgment, hon.
And if I were to perform the entirety of the song, then just anyone with a good ear might be able to take it and use it without offering any sort of coin for he who wrote it, and he'll gesture to himself. So once it's all finished, then we'll have a formal performance, but it's still probably a few months away.
Oh, well, I look forward to hearing it when it's done, and I don't know, maybe if you play your cards right, and she elbows Mert, maybe if you play your cards right, we can arrange to have it in Well, a performance hall that seats more individuals than this establishment.
Truly, truly flattering. He'll kind of blush, put a hand on his chest.
Mert is like leaning into Asper, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't put me on the hook for this sort of thing. Like, and Asper just sort of gives him a little bit rougher of an elbow and is like, well, we'll just wait and see what happens. It's at this point, you hear back, actually, pretty close to the fish that just went up, right? You hear a big booming voice. Pastry! Pastry, by God, get over here and give me a hug. And Zod gets up and tries to embrace you, Piety.
I'll hug him. Fuck yeah. Why not? Pat. Hey, how you doing? How's it going?
I'm doing great, Pastry. How are you doing?
I'm doing fucking excellent. You having fun?
I'm having a great time. The place looks wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been putting some work into it. Mostly Nim, the walls and stuff. Very colorful.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. I assume that little personal touch is yours. And he points to the fish.
Guilty as charged.
Well, it both suits you and suits the place at large. What have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Oh, I mean, as a group or like me, because I like don't do shit mostly. But like us, like we entered a fight ring for a fight. That went pretty good. Exidia got eaten by a slime thing. I don't really know what it was, but she was fine. She walked it off. That pretty much. What the hell else have we done? I don't know. Just stares.
Was the fighting? Was it for personal enjoyment or money or both or neither?
Kind of both. Kind of, yeah. I mean, I didn't really like want to, but Exidia was pretty fired up about it. So, I mean, it ended up working out. It was pretty good time.
So Exidia's the thrill seeker. You're not much of a thrill seeker yourself?
No. Well, no. Yeah, no.
What was the
Exidia,
hesitation
though?
there?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe in a
Wait.
different life. She's like, looks real like for a second.
Okay, what do you mean maybe in a different life?
That is so much to unpack, my friend, and good God. But I mean, if you want to hear it, I mean, like, I don't have any issue talking about it.
Well, in that case, Pastry, and he taps the bar stool next to him and snaps his fingers, holds his hand up in the air and snaps his fingers, right? And waves at the bartender, who the bartender like gives him a look like shooting daggers at him, right? Because who the fuck are you? Like, this is a busy bar and you're just fucking snapping and waving me over. And in like a magician's flourish, he produces 2 platinum between his fingers, and all of a sudden the bartender's like, oh, I guess I'm waiting on you. Right? Hops over. And yeah, there's 2 drinks, one for you, one for him. And he's like, I am all ears. I'd like to know everything you have to say about yourself, Pastry.
I will sit down and drink with him for a while and just give him the whole spiel I gave Corsonis the other day. And I will make sure to include at the end, like, the reason why she goes by Piety is because the sailors on the ship would sarcastically say, Little Miss Piety over there. And she eventually just started going by that.
Wait, what's your name?
Piety. Piety. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got it. Great. So, and just so you know, a couple times during the story, you have to remind him of the piety thing. He goes through pastry, he goes through parody, he goes through a couple different versions of it. Do me a favor, just give me an insight check, just for the general vibe of this conversation.
Okay. Insight. Where is it? Pink.
Yeah, he's definitely interested in your story. Like he's engaged in the conversation. You get a little bit of a sense that he's not satisfied with some bits of the story, but it's unclear why. Like even you, I mean, well, you more than anyone know that you don't have access to a lot of the details of your life that most people have. And so whether it's that or whether it's something else, you don't know. Right. But like clearly he is super excited, super happy that you're willing to share all of this with him. And I mean, it's weird that like every time you correct him on the name, right? He's like, oh yeah. I'm sorry. What was your name? Okay. I got it. And he's able to hold it for like 5 minutes and then it's on to something else. But yeah, so that's probably, 45 minutes of you two going back and forth. Anyone who is close to this corner, right? Witnesses like Rainier sort of roll his eyes at Floon as Volo, right, is just going on and on about, no, goddammit, I swear, out past the Great Harbor, just keep going west, right? And there's a port out there, a port like no one's ever seen, right? It's got these amazing ships, all in the shapes of animals, right? But they're not for sailing the seas. They're for sailing in space. And Rainier and Floon are just like, dude, I can't with this guy. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, that fucking guy.
But he will not stop talking about it. Right. So, in case anyone wonders who the self-insert is for me, it's the fucking blowhard.
We cracked the code, everybody. Crack the code.
Yeah. Right. I know, it's shocking. Yeah, and he's just going on and on about all the different shapes that these things fucking come in. And at one point, like, Rainier's just had it and is like, dude, would you like, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, these things create their own gravity. What the fuck are you talking about? And Volo gets indignant and is like, we live in a world with dragons and jinn and mind flayers and beholders, right? And all sorts of magic and all sorts of gods and all sorts of planes. And you think life only exists here? No. To space. That is where my next great book will take place. That is the next. I've heard stories of hamsters so large you would not possibly believe it.
I'm not going to cut this off because I can't believe about the large hamsters. Kaz somewhere.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to say Kaz somewhere down here has started a dice game in their fucking their full sequin dress. 7-Eleven. So the right time.
Yeah, love it. Love it. You've got a good you got a good solid group that's shooting dice with you. All right, now, just so I'm clear, right? Is Kaz essentially doing this just to pass the time and to sort of liven the evening up for those that are interested in this sort of thing? Or is Kaz trying to win some real money?
We doing a little chump change out there. I think I'm just trying to observe everything while like partying a little bit. So I'm just going to do this
Okay, so
dice game.
right, we'll just count it as a little bit more sort of casual then.
Yeah,
right? So we don't need to. Gotcha. Fantastic.
No, I did not put 10 platinum on the board.
Okay.
No.
Great.
Has Isra and Jax moved, or have they just been sitting at the same table this whole time?
No, they're sitting over there. Istrid and Fala are having what appears from afar to be a pleasant conversation with each other, and seem to be enjoying themselves. I mean, nothing too either intimate or too raucous, but just having a nice evening out. And Jax is sitting. Fala's talking about business, right? And how things are going at Corlin's Crown. And Istrid seems interested and is sort of comparing notes, is also a business owner, although more in the entertainment business, right, than the service business. You can, with your lip reading and the way they're sitting, see Istrid explain that he was really upset that he didn't get to watch all of you die, right? And he knows he would have had to bring you back, but it still would have made him feel good to watch more pain inflicted on you. You can't see what Fala's response to that is, right? Because her back is to you, but you can read Istrid's lips in response to that. It's like, I don't care how nice they are to you, right? We don't all have to like the same people. While this conversation's going on, Jax is sitting next to her and just has like a 1,000-yard stare. Like, it's almost like he's not there.
I'm just going to grab a whole bottle of rum and go over to that table.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, this is a party. You gotta get out and go talk to people, socialize, like have a little fun.
Fela looks at you and they say, well, that's very sweet, Kaz. But I know for myself, just being out and not having to worry about the shop and the plants for an evening, it's quite a bit of fun. I'm not a very raucous person. And so this is just the kind of relaxation that I need.
Oh, that's lovely. You want a drink? Got this bottle here.
Oh, that's very kind. I was hoping to get to know your brother a bit more, but he doesn't seem to be in much of a celebratory mood, and I'm not one to press.
Is he blankly staring because he's just like dissociating, or is he like, does he look like he's just not there anymore?
You know the look, right? Since he's your brother, he does not give a fuck about these two people that he's sitting with, right? And so is not at all interested in anything they have to say, but at the same time, like, doesn't quite feel like he's free to just get up and do whatever the hell he wants to. Like, he feels like he's got some obligations that he has to fulfill.
Hey, no. Well, if you don't, this is fun for you. History. So, is this your type of fun? Is you like?
Oh, well, I said I'd bring your brother to see you, and well, here he is.
Yeah, actually, I think that's. Thank you for bringing him here. I think I would like try to grab his arm, see if I can like pull him away. We're gonna have a little fun. I don't think he's the type that wanted to sit down and listen about business.
All right, well, as long as I can keep eyes on him, I won't have to get the city watch to come grab him up.
No funny business. Yeah.
No, then I hope you two enjoy your reunion.
I'm gonna take him deeper into the party. Like he's still like visible from Esther's table, but
yeah, I mean, I think just to be clear, I think as long as you don't try any funny business, like, and sort of keep him on this floor, like, it'll be fine.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to take his mind off of it and like go. You actually want to drink? Got a lot of people here.
Sure, I'll take a drink.
Nah, come on. Speak up. You gotta talk louder for us.
Yeah, he will certainly join you in a drink. It's just like, I can't listen to those two talk about bookkeeping anymore.
It's definitely not fun here. That's why I don't take care of it. I don't know who takes care of it here. Actually, I was hoping someone would let me know. I give them the money. I tell them
Kaz,
how much.
Kaz, I don't want to talk with you about bookkeeping either.
I'm sorry. I don't. You just want to have fun right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm in real bad shape. It's either debtor's prison, where the Zentarum beat the shit out of me, or work for the Zentarum in one of their fighting pits. I don't see any way out of it. This is one of the few evenings that I get off. So, yeah, a few cocktails, maybe throw some of those dice. Maybe try that weird fucking dart game that you've got with a dartboard on the fucking ceiling, and if someone could explain that to me.
That is extremely dangerous. I hope nobody plays that game right now. But yeah, no, let's just get a little fucked up. A lot of good-looking people out here. Get you some drink, get you some courage. We're going to have fun. Come on, let's go.
Great. Love it. Love it. Okay. Yeah, you two proceed to get pretty good and fucked up. Mert's gonna wander over here. I think his original intention was to get a drink. But upon hearing Volo rambling on about this spaceport, he's like, oh Christ, not again. Volo, will you fucking shut up? No one is interested in your goddamn bullshit. Right? Corsonis,
Yo,
it's at this time you hear in your head, you're not going to leave me sit alone, are you, hun?
do I have any idea who is speaking to me in my head?
You don't. But you can respond.
I'm afraid so, because I have no idea who this voice is. I've been trying to get a word in edgewise with Volo, but I don't think that that's going to happen.
You see Asper just, she doesn't say anything, but she just raises her hand and gives a little wave.
I was unaware this is something you could do.
Oh, I can do
Yeah,
lots of
I will
things, hun. Great.
take a
So
seat.
yeah, head over there. She says, so, how'd you like the tailor's apprentice?
Rather rude, I think. Awful at his job. Awful at his fake job as well.
Oh. Yeah, it's hard to tell how much he's full of shit, you know? But, I sort of figured it was worth a shot. I mean, can you imagine if he's telling the truth, hun? Being able to control Xanathar and we'd be able to control him?
I find it exceptionally unlikely that there is, in fact, some sort of control on Xanathar through a goldfish. That seems exceptionally unlikely. But I suppose it is possible. If they've been doing it that long, I don't understand why they need our assistance. 374 Silgars? I mean,
Oh, bless your heart, hun. It's well known. There's only one thing Xanathar cares about in this whole world, and that's that bloody goldfish.
surely if a beholder has that many eyes, surely he can notice that it's not the same fish over the past few months. Years. But still, 374 of them? That's 3 a month. That's one a week.
You would think that with that many eyes, a beholder's power of perception would be greater, but then you wouldn't be accounting for the fact that denial is a powerful thing. He loves that goldfish. He wants that goldfish to continue to exist. Look, logic tells you, logic and simple understanding of anatomy would tell you that a goldfish is not going to live that long. And yet here Xanathar is, still insisting it's the same goldfish. But it's good to be skeptical. Helps to make sure that you don't get taken advantage of. In this case, however, what is there to lose, really?
No, you're right. I've done my best to gently nudge towards the idea that we have no choice but to hunt down this gold. That's part of why I was trying to speak to Volo and Neverember, if he would just shut up for a moment.
Oh, do you need to speak with Volo?
No, I need to speak to Neverember, but it seems better to
Oh.
speak to Volo first and then move in on Neverember once Volo has been distracted.
Well, let me be clear. You are interested in speaking with Neverember. The only interest you had in speaking with Volo is you felt that that was sort of the gate you had to walk through to speak to Rainier.
After a fashion, yes.
Oh, so in a perfect world, Volo would be removed from the equation so that you could just speak with Rainier.
Well, no. See, I'm afraid that if I speak to simply just Rainier, that he will clam up. But with Volo there, perhaps he will be a little more talkative. Other than having rescued him, Neverember and I know each other exceptionally little. Same with Volo, but the two of those two, they know each other very well.
Very well. Let's see if I can help. And
No, that's not strictly necessary. I'm sure
she
we have the rest
walks
of the
over
evening.
to
Okay, you're
join
getting
her
up.
husband at the bar. Volo is still... One looks like a scorpion. Telling you, they've got a ladder for the tails bent over the back, and there's a ladder leading from a crow's nest up in the tail down onto the bridge, which is the back of the scorpion. It's amazing. Asper just grabs him by the arm. It's like, oh, I love your stories about those ships for space out on the ocean. Do tell me more, hun. And he fully turns to her, right, and is just going on and on. Mert is just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, right? And he fucks off back to the table. Like, he leaves his wife with Volo and is like, I'm not putting up with this bullshit, right? And you're standing right there as those two are talking about space.
See, this is why I needed more time. I'm not quite sure how to segue. So, Rainier, what? Obviously, you have no intention of going into space. I imagine after a fashion, you're going to be here in.
Please, for the love of all that is holy, no more talk about space this evening.
Would you prefer if we went over, and I will gesture towards some open area?
Sure. Yeah. You're in whatever open area exists, although none exists on this map right now just because there's too many tokens here. But yeah, you're in a more open and therefore like it's a location where it's easier to have a conversation that's not overheard, right? But it's also easier for people to observe you just because there's less people around. You follow me?
Yeah. Perhaps the front porch.
Yeah, great. I'll drag y'all out here. Invited or not, Floon comes with him.
You know what, Floon? I'm actually very curious for your input on this, given that you were wrapped up in that whole mess simply for looking like Rainier here. We find ourselves, I'm sure you have seen Kaz's brother. We find ourselves on the downside of the Zentarum, with whom you were so recently by whom rather you were so recently accosted. Which, between them and the Xanathars, which is perhaps the more dangerous? We find ourselves somewhat stuck in the middle of. I'm not from here, and I've had little luck with those in this bar who are from here. Maybe the two of you, and I will do
Stop.
that big cheesy like please help me grin.
You you managed to piss off both Xanathar's guild and the Zhentarim?
Not to cast aspersions, but it would seem in our rescue of you from the one, we have managed to anger the other who thought that they would be able to abduct you from them. So, I'm not saying it's your fault. You had nothing to do with it, of course.
Well, it's
but we could really, really use your help right now. Just
Right.
information, nothing dangerous. You understand. I'm not asking you to risk anything.
Floon has thrown his hands up in the air. He's like, it's not my fault at all. They just had me mistaken identity. It's this asshole. He's the one who's fucking it up for everybody. Rainier.
Well, yes, I don't know if you realize this, but they don't really care about that so much.
Rainier speaks up and is like, well, yeah, I mean, I think they do. Because it's the only reason they wanted Floon is because they thought Floon was me.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason they want me is because they think I can get them the stone.
You know, I've only heard the stone in passing. What? Perhaps you can tell me something about it so that I can, I don't know, research it a little more. But I mean, I simply know that there is a stone that is believed to allow access. I don't know how or why or what.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know much, right? Like I said, right? Rumor has it that my father stole a shit ton of money from
Mhm.
Waterdeep and hid it away, and that this stone of galore is the key to finding it, right? And apparently the Zhentarim and Xanathar's guild think that I've somehow got a line on where it is. Rumor has it that one or both of them had it at some point recently, but clearly they don't have it now, and they think I know where it is.
You have no idea.
Look, the last thing I want is to know where that fucking stone is. That's what caused all this trouble in the first place. And look, I'm grateful to you and your friends for rescuing me. And I'm sorry, truly, if that means the heat from Xanathar and the Zhentarim is now focused on you the way it's focused on me. I'll, I'll try and do what I can to get you guys into the clear, but I gotta stay alive first in order to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do understand. Yes, we are. I mean, we go to the tailor. there's a representative from Xanath. We go to see Cass's brother. There's the Zentar. So I do understand they are popping up. I expect at least, I don't know, 5, 6 people in there are from one or the other of those groups. I'm still honestly not sure where Zardoz falls on the whole thing. He just seems his own separate interest.
I guess. I mean, you mentioned you went to a tailor?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could give that name to Zardoz and that dude could get some pants?
How dare you? Get out of my establishment.
It's at that moment whoops, hold on. Oh, it's your boy,
Brisket!
Brisket.
Hold on 1 second, and I will pound on the wall and shout through a window. Piety! Piety! Get Nim also.
Okay, why?
What? The guest of honor is here, of course, naturally.
Oh, holy shit. Zardoz, I'm sorry, I got something real important to attend to. And I'll get up and get him.
I'm like getting dragged by, like, where are we going?
It's Brisket!
Oh my god. I immediately
Dragon
start
Knight.
taking off one of my shirts. As soon as I see him, though, I chuck it at him. Like, I ball it up and throw it to him.
Oh, it's good to see you. What's going on?
I got the arms open. Hey!
You get a big bear hug, and Brisket leans back and sort of spins around. He
Hear my
may be
spine crack.
right. He may be short enough, and you may be tall enough. I'm not certain, right? That he may just either barely get your feet off the ground, or he may be dragging your toes around in a circle.
5'6",
Right.
so
Okay, he can probably get you up off the ground a little bit. Hey, I can't wait to see what you got going on in here. See how all my peoples are enjoying the party.
whatever you like. And I just gesture broadly from his arms into the room.
Brisket, as he's walking through the door, announces, "Yo, where's all my peoples at?" And he looks around to realize not one person that he invited is here.
Fucking devastating. I have like an arm around his shoulders, and I just like turn his chin to face Zardoz, and like double fingers, like finger guns in that direction.
Yeah, like that dude's style.
I slap him on the ass and send him on his way.
What's the lowdown with that dude?
Oh, he fucking rules.
You know his name, or he just a good-looking guy at the bar?
Both. Zardoz. Zardoz Zod.
Fucking
Runs,
perfect. Z-Man!
Perfect.
He makes a beeline.
If he pulls out a fucking sandwich out of his pocket, I swear to God, I'm gonna flip.
That's
You
his
mean
thing.
if, dude? Yeah. Like he's just waiting at this point. He's just waiting for Zardoz to say like, either I'm a little hungry or I could use something to absorb some of this alcohol, and boom, fucking brisket is in.
When I see that happen, minor illusion to make a crowd cheering sound.
Nice.
Jaw drop, mouth agape as soon as he pull out a damn full ass sub out of his pocket.
Jax just turns to you, Kaz. You've made some really colorful friends.
Oh, I don't even fucking know the guy. He just pulled out a whole fucking sub from his pocket. Do you think he got lint on it? Do you think that's a problem that it comes with?
Volo turns around to look at you, and Jackson's like, that pocket probably leads to a sandwich dimension in space that you could get to if you'd go out all the way out past the Great Harbor. Get on this spaceship that looks like a fucking turtle.
Oh?
It creates its own atmosphere. You understand? A turtle that creates its own atmosphere that we all stand on and takes us to the dimension where sandwiches just fly around. It's unfucking believable.
Definitely. A lot of it sounds unbelievable. Are you okay? Are you... No, I don't think you need any more drinks.
Asper grabs Volo and just says, don't be rude, hon, and drags him back to the bar. Plies him with more booze.
I don't... You know what? I'm not watching him, okay? This is where you're going to have fun. Actually, hold up. I want to show you somebody. I'm going to show him Piety.
Mm-hmm.
Piety. This is Jax Piety.
Hey,
Nice to meet
heard a
you.
lot. Nice to meet ya.
Sorry that I got you involved in the fighting fit. I understand it went well, but several of you got pretty seriously injured.
I mean, I think it was fucking awesome, personally.
Oh. Well,
I was about to say, I think Xenia had a good time.
well, then I'm very happy for you. I guess you can, if you're careful about it, you can make a good living in a fighting fit. Just don't let your schemes outreach your abilities.
That is an excellent point. I mean, I don't think we'll ever go back again. Well, I say that. I don't know.
They did say that they were gonna see about lining up another one for us, and also the bartender said that she might want to go watch if we fight again. So
I just give her a fucking look. All right, yeah, all right, I'll fucking do it. Fine, all right.
These are good people. This is Xenia as well. Very cool.
Well, I'm sure they are, and you two, you'd be wise to listen to my brother if you're going back into that pit. He's quite the strategist.
Oh, I fucking realized in the pit that was insane coaching. It was so good. What the fuck?
I'm not one to toot my own horn. Yes, I am. I think I'm pretty good at that. But no, come on. Let's not talk about the pit right now. Let's have a little fun. Let's get a couple more drinks in us. You know, Xenia here. Look, drink you under the table if you let it go.
I'll drink you
Heidi?
over the table too.
Ooh, you look feisty.
Well, that sounds like a challenge that's safe to accept. Let's find out how this goes.
Okay.
Yeah, and presumably the three of you start drinking. Piety, are you drinking
Mhm.
with them? Okay, the
Oh,
four
yeah.
of you, right? Start drinking. Yesela here, it uses this as an opportunity to sort of sidle her way into the group and starts drinking with the four of you, and is pressing you, Exidia, for more stories about the fighting pit.
Will happily embellish, though
Okay.
not as good as Nim is.
Right.
At one point, she does say, "Hey, let me refill your drink for once," and
Okay.
like, but yeah, just does not avoid the parts where I got hurt and eaten. Like, plays those
Right.
up even more. Like,
Yeah. And do you have a preference between a persuasion and a performance check?
oh no, those are the same.
All right. Make one of them for me, just so I can get a general vibe here. Yeah. She's super interested and like more interested in the parts where you're talking about getting hurt, right? But more interested in those as like, oh my God, this was really dangerous. Are you okay? Right? Not like she's taking pleasure out of hearing that you've been injured. And yeah, but she is eating up your stories of the fighting pit. Let's go back outside. Corsonis, anything more with Rainier and Floon?
It doesn't seem like I'm going to get much more out of Rainier, but that is basically what Corsonis will be presenting it as, just any sort of information.
Yeah, make me an insight check.
I can do that. I can get my character sheet to expand the insight. 21.
You get the sense that Rainier's being a little cagey with you, right? And not necessarily nefarious, sort of understandable under the circumstances. Like, I mean, you're the one who asked him. You are fully acknowledge that both the Zentarum, right, and Xanathar's Guild are dangerous, right? Very dangerous. They've both had their eye on Rainier, right? I mean, they kidnapped him or tried to kidnap him, right? And yes, he greatly appreciates that you and your friends rescued him, right? Also, like, he's known you now for a 10-day, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, so like it's not clear you're getting everything out of him, right? That doesn't mean you're not, right? But it's just something's off. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool beans. Piety and Kaz and Exidia are drinking with Yesela. Nim, are you drinking with them also? What are you doing right now?
Not yet. I think I've maybe had 2 cocktails because I am hummingbirding around every
Okay.
social group because I am looking for someone.
Okay. Looking for someone in particular?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm waiting for my mom to show up.
Okay.
Oh.
You invite your mom to the party?
Yeah, I
Key
didn't tell
information.
anyone that I invited my mom to the party, but I did.
Key information. That's all I need to know.
You know what? I sort of like, both based on the time and the story beat, I like that moment of the party's in full swing, right? Corsonis is trying to get some more information about what's going on. There's a question as to whether or not Jax is enjoying himself and whether or not Exidia is currently being hit on. There's also the question of whether or not Brisket is hitting on Zardoz over there in the corner. And with all of this activity going on, Nim is waiting for Mom to show up. And we'll find out the answers to all of those things in 2 weeks. How does that feel to everybody?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Fantastic. So we'll end it.